Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I am your yarn host Jennifer and I am trying a new angle with this camera, and for some reason it looks like the whole room is kind of cocked to the side, so we're probably not going to stay at this angle. I really am not happy with it. Let's try that. Is that better? Alright, I'm further away from the camera than I normally am, which means I'm further away from my desk. Otherwise I'm right here. We're just gonna go, okay? I'm gonna lean back in my chair. We're gonna have a nice relaxed visit. Welcome. Today's Monday in your world. It's Friday in my world because that's just the way we roll. We film our Monday Makes videos on Fridays and we just do the dang thing. Bentley is back there in his office. Right here. That's Benny. That's the love of my life, Benjamin. There you go. You can see him a little bit better. I really need to move that chair. The chair was originally in here to act as a chair for my spinning wheel. Because you can't spin on wheels like when you're in a wheelchair. So then it stayed in here because sometimes Bentley or Ponyo like to sit on the chair and join me and be my company. And now it's just becoming a place where I set stuff that doesn't fit on my desk. So, alright. Today's Monday. I'm feeling discombobulated. It has been a week and a half. Okay? And remember, I'm filming this on Friday. On Mondays, I come to you and I talk about what I've made in the past 7 days. Or 10 days, or sometimes 4 days. And I talk to you about my life update. What's going on? What have I been up to? Blog style. I generally give a health update. That's where this one gets tricky because I got sick this week. Actually, everybody in the house got sick this week. And then, that's Monday Makes video. A lot of people tend to come here on Monday just for a catch up. It's time to spend some time together. Now, what I've made this week, I think I've shown most of it to you, and I have 2 whips, and I don't generally show whips on the channel. That's a work in progress in case you don't know what a whip is. Whip it good. But I'm working on long-term whips, and one of them is going to take me a very long time to do because I work on it on a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there. And the other thing, I'm going to show you a little tiny piece of it because it's beautiful, but I can't exactly tell you what it is because I'm testing a pattern for another podcaster designer, and it's going to be a wearable, and it is turning out magnificently beautiful. And hopefully, I can't even say hopefully. I was going to say hopefully by the time you see this video on Monday, it will have way more progress, but I don't actually know what I'm going to be able to accomplish this weekend because life be life-in. Hashtag life be life-in. So, you're probably going to hear my son in the background. He's upstairs. He's very loud this morning. Every morning recently, he's very loud. But it is what it is, folks. I am a real woman in her real home with her real children running around and her real dogs happening, and like life is real. I'm not in a box. I have a French glass doors over there that don't hold sound in. My house is not soundproofed. It never will be. Because I actually kind of like keeping my ear out for what's going on in the house in case something crazy pops off, because that happens a lot. Alright, so what have I been making this week? Where should I start? We'll start with the... Oops, you fell down. I did the tutorial for the Glow Babies. These are based off the Glowworms cartoon, and this was a tutorial here on the channel called Glow Babies, and these were the ones I made last week, and this is the one we made for the tutorial. This is the new Hobbyland. No, I don't even know if a store named Hobbyland. That sounds like something that's in Canada. Is there a place called Fabricland is in Canada, not Hobbyland. My ADHD is ADHD-ing today, okay? It's woo! I'm trying to focus. I really am. I need some more caffeine. Like, I'm trying to focus, okay? This is the Beginner Bee yarn from Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby. The blue is glow-in-the-dark yarn from Lion Brand. This green one is Michael's tube yarn with the Lion Brand glow yarn. And this one is actual Woobles, the Woobles yarn with Hobby Lobby glow and, no, not Lion Brand glow and Lion Brand glow on her tail. Okay, but I made the blue one this week. These were last week. And oh, do I love these, and I'm having fun making these. I want to make a purple one and a yellow one. I want to make all the colors. I'm going to have a whole rainbow of glow babies, okay? Actually, I did make a purple one, but it's not out of the tube yarn, which is what I'm going to show you next. So this is tube yarn. This is chenille. Same exact pattern. Well, not really, because I'd already made 3, so I kind of half-heartedly followed my own notes. So why is one arm, both of these, they got one arm up in there and one arm up to the side. They're saying hi, okay? They're twinning. YMCA. Alright, so this is the chenille yarn. This is the Stash Goals yarn from Premier Yarns. The pink flesh colored is leftover yarn from Hobby Lobby that I used for the boob pillow tutorial. They are two very, very different yarns. And after working with the Stash Goals yarn from Premier and moving on to the yarn from Hobby Lobby, did not like it. I didn't like working with it. It feels different. It just, it was harder to work up. It's just, it was a different thing, okay? And it was the exact same pattern. I also noticed, like these, their little tails are pretty stiff, okay? They stand up if you hold them by the tail. This has no, it's not holding up. So that's something you got to be aware of. You could hold these guys by their tail. And yeah, they're kind of floppy, but like, that's fun. This is weird. I mean, if I held it up high enough. But there you have it. I made glowworms this week. Yes, the glow baby pattern, but they're glowworms. Also this week, I made, and I already told the story about this, I made a pastel Frankenstein. And his hands, his head, his bolts, and his hair glow in the dark. His clothes do not, because he himself is fluorescent. And he himself, well, not fluorescent. He's a fluorescent person. I mean, he does fluoresce, but he glows in the dark. Because he has taken a bath in some sort of chemical that makes him glow. And his clothes weren't there when he took a bath, okay? But also, I made the Hobby Lobby cowboy hat, which was supposed to be a keychain. But now it's Frankenstein's Pink Pony Club hat. Which makes me happy and makes me laugh. Now, could I make it a little scotch bigger so it actually fits on his head? Yeah, and I might make another one. But it's hilarious, and he's been wearing the hat ever since. I tried to make it for Hugo the frog, or the turtle, but Frank wanted it. So what Frank wants, Frank gets, because that's my dude. If you don't know the story, my daughter actually bought me a Frankenstein bust. It's the head of Frankenstein from Home Goods. And it is a pastel green Frankenstein with pink hair. And he's sitting upstairs on my dresser. And I love him so much. And I did show him in a previous video last week. Then, furthermore, I finished the kit from... What did I do with it? From Hobby Lobby. So the pink cowboy hat was a keychain kit from Hobby Lobby. But I also purchased the chick with the egg on his head. And I made that kit. And oh my god, is he cute. And I'm going to make some more of him because he makes me so stinking happy. Isn't he adorable? And his hat is an egg. Is he not cute? I mean, how can you not? The only thing, I did a couple things different from the kit. I gave him rainbow eyes. I changed the feet pattern from what is in the thing because I didn't like the feet that was in the pattern. And I altered the egg so that it looked more irregular. Because the egg in the tutorial or in the pattern was more rounded. And they tried to do scalloped edging, but it was not as cool as this egg. So my egg's a little bit better than their egg. And he makes me happy. He's so cute. He's just cute. So I'm gonna actually make some more of him with the tube style yarn from Hobby Lobby. And yeah. Hopefully the tube style yarn from Hobby Lobby does so well. They continue to carry it for a very long time because I did mention in a couple of different videos that the tube style yarn from Hobby Lobby is an amazing bargain. It's a really good deal. It's 3 cents per yard. Whereas all the other ones are 5 and 6 cents per yard from all the platforms I've bought the tube style yarn from. And the new kits, the 44th Street kits from Hobby Lobby, they're really good kits. And if you missed Saturday's video, which you may have, I bought more because, and they're right here. Not only do they have these new kits, they also have the keychains for $1.99, which is what that cowboy hat was. This one was $3.99, and that's regular yarn, like regular worsted weight yarn. So I bought a couple more of those kits. This one was $3.79, and it's regular yarn, okay? Oh, here it is. That's the chicken, the egg. I also bought the dinosaur, which once again is the regular style yarn. The yarn in these kits is really nice. It's slightly splitty because it's stranded, but it's real good. And then these kits are with the tube style yarn for $5.99. Now, the one thing I did not like about these kits is this is the crochet hook that comes in it. I will not be using this crochet hook. It's double-ended and is just way too small for the tube style yarn. So that's the one downfall, is these are not complete kits because the hooks in these kits don't actually match up with the yarn. So go up to a 4mm or 4.5mm crochet hook when you buy these kits and you will be just fine. But I did a whole review on that Saturday, so go back and watch Saturday's video if you missed that. Now, that's not a project. However, how cute is this bag? I showed this in another video. I got this from Walmart. Hot Ghoul Summer. Because you know. And then this one is going to be an update on my blanket. So this is, I'm using Ice Yarns Puzzle Baby. I really wish they put the color number and stuff on the individual ball bands instead of on the packaging, because somebody every time is going to ask me, what color is that? Can you show me the number? And I'm not going to keep digging out the pack because I'm not going to. Alright, now what am I making with this? I'm using a 3.5mm crochet hook because this is a sport weight yarn. And I am making a join as you go blanket. And I'm doing join as you go granny squares. And this is the progress I have made on that blanket. Is this not beautiful? I'm loving the way this is turning out. This is such a Cinnamon Stitches thing. It's so pretty. Like, these are all my favorite colors. They're so pretty. So I'm working on that in between all the other projects that's going on. This is kind of my... what I'm doing is I'm working on an amigurumi and then I'm going back to this. And then I'm working on the other thing that I'm about to show you and then I go back to an amigurumi. And then I'm really, really bad with... One of my things was that has been ingrained in me since I was a very, very small child. This is my dad speaking. Don't start something till you finish what you started. So because of that mentality, and it was drilled in so hard by and I don't know why it was so important to him to do this. But you finish something, you see it through. If you start it, you finish it. My mom was kind of the same way. Like, if you start something, you're going to finish it. Now, if, for example, my sister was in ballet, and I think she wanted to quit mid-year, and they were like, no, you're just going to finish out the year. And they made her finish out the year even though she was ready to be done with it. Or that was like their mentality. Like, if you start something, you're going to see it through to the end. And that mentality is so ingrained in me that even if I hate something, I'm going to push through and finish it because I feel like a failure if I don't. And I am now going to be 46 years old in just like 2 weeks. I'm at this age where I'm at this phase in life where I feel like I'm blossoming into something different. And this has been going on for a while. I feel like my mother-in-law told me one time that when you hit 30, something changes in you, and the things you thought were so important are not as important as they once were. When you hit 40, there's a freedom because you no longer give a shit what other people think about you, and there's a freedom in just being comfortable in yourself. And I kind of understand that because I have been going through that since around 39, 40. I just stopped caring what other people thought about me as much. And I also have a different mentality that, you know, when you're a teenager, you want all this freedom, you want to be an adult. And then when you're in your 20s, you start having the freedom and you think you have all the answers and you got it all figured out. And then when you hit 30, you realize you don't know nothing. I think that's what humbles you. Because I swear to God, when I was in my 20s, I thought I had all the answers. I was going to fix everyone else's problems. I was smarter than everyone I ever knew. Like, I was going to do everything. I had control, and I didn't. I was so lost. Didn't know how stupid I was till I got my 30s. And then now I'm at my 40s, and I realize I don't have all the answers, and that is okay. But we are going to figure things out, and everything is a lesson, and growth is painful and all that kind of thing. And I think those two kind of mentalities, mine and my mother-in-law's mentality, kind of like commingle a little bit. Because I think those things are growth, and those things kind of happen simultaneously together, cohesively. But I'm kind of, I can feel myself coming out of my cocoon and turning into a different type of butterfly than I thought I was. And that's, I think that's just where I'm at right now. And right now I am hell-bent that I'm going to break what was ingrained in me of that finish it even if you hate it and you're not enjoying it, because I have a couple projects hanging on the back of my door that I have no intention of ever finishing because I don't find joy in them, and they're there because they're in punishment and I don't want to look at them. I don't have a lot of whips. I never have been able to start something new until I finish the last thing. And so this blanket is teaching me patience, and it's teaching me to give myself grace in a project, and the amigurumi are teaching me to find joy in my craft and to do things for myself. I feel myself getting emotional about this. I don't know why. But the amigurumi are something totally different, and it's, I'm going to go and I'm going to take a break from this other project that maybe I don't have as much joy in. I'm going to go make myself a little stuffy that makes me happy so I can recharge and go back and do the project that's maybe for the channel. Okay? And so I'm going back and forth between these several different projects, starting new ones when I haven't finished 2 other ones, to keep myself engaged, to keep myself happy, to keep myself refreshed, to keep my brain at peace. And so, yeah. Now this next one I can only show you, and what's funny is these are all in Premier Yarns bags that were gifted to me from Premier Yarns. Because I packed away all my homemade project bags. They're all in storage. So, craft your own story, Premier Yarns. I actually really like this bag. I'm going to show you the yarn. I've never worked with this yarn before, and actually the designer actually sent this to me as, hey, can you test my pattern for me? I'll send you the yarn type thing. This was not even on my radar. This is Elise Cotton Gold, and she could not have picked a more perfect color for Cinnamon Stitches if I had picked the color myself. I'm gonna be real honest. I was a little worried she was going to send me tan or like beige or off-white. That would have been torturous to my ADHD brain. I'm going to be honest with you. It would have been absolute torture to work with tan or off-white. My brain needs color to stay stimulated. I don't know why that is, but this yarn is yummy, delicious. And it reminds me of, is it in here still? I had on a blue a couple weeks ago, and so many of you asked me about this top. I had on a blue cardigan. My glasses are tangled. In a video, oh, about 2 weeks back. It is this beautiful turquoise color. And so many more people were asking me, what is that yarn? What is that pattern? It was an MJ's Off the Hook pattern, which is not who I'm talking about with this. I'm working with somebody else entirely. Because somebody did ask, are you working with MJ's Off the Hook? No. No, I'm working with somebody entirely I've never worked with before. I have made her patterns before. She is insanely talented. This yarn is similar in feel and the way it works up to Cascade Yarn's Sarasota yarn, except the Sarasota yarn, which is what the turquoise yarn was for that, was, I think, a DK weight. It was either DK or worse. It was nice. It was nice. Really loved it. I actually have a couple balls hidden in, I can't get to them, but they're over there in the corner. And I was like, I might have to order some more of this because this is beautiful. Now, I'm just going to give you a little tiny glimpse because this pattern is not out yet. And I'm not trying to insult her or share anything that she doesn't want me to share, but I want to show you this beauty that I'm working on. First of all, is it easy? It looks intricate. But much like most of her work, it's easy. And she explains things well in the pattern, which will be released soon. Oh, like, here's two sides of my brain that's working simultaneously. And I've discussed this with everyone that will listen to me so far. The yarn is yummy, and it feels so nice when I'm working up with it. It's not like super buttery soft, like you can tell there's cotton in it because it's a cotton acrylic blend, but there's also like a lotiony feel to it. It does make my hands greasy, but it feels like there's something in there that's just making it buttery without, it's not slick or super soft. It is cotton. You can feel there's cotton in it, but there's something else in there. Just the texture's like, ooh, I like this. It feels good running through my fingers. You can tell I'm even visualizing touching it right now, okay? I just really like the way it feels working up. And the stitch pattern is easy enough that I don't have to count. I don't have to do anything extra. It's not brain work. It's a row repeat, so it keeps repeat. It's just working up beautifully. So I love it. I'm enjoying it. I like the yarn. I like the pattern, right? But the other part of the ADHD of my brain, because it's something I have to do, it's oppositional defiance. Okay? I signed up to do this and it needs to be done because I promised her. So there's like pressure on me. This is just the way my brain works. You have to get it done. You need to work on that. And so I have to force myself to work on it because it's the same thing when somebody tells you not to do something. My brain's like, oh, I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna prove you wrong. Or God forbid somebody tell me I can't do it because I'm gonna prove you wrong and I'm gonna do it. And that's kind of just, I'm just defiant like that. I'm just defiant, 100% defiant. And if you tell me to do something, screw you, I ain't doing that. Not happening. I ain't doing it. Don't tell me what to do. My son, ironically enough, is exactly like me. So he's a struggle, as am I. I know that I'm a difficult person sometimes. I'm in full acknowledgement of that. So my brain's like, I don't want to work on it. I don't want to. And then I sit down and work on it. I'm like, oh, I really like this. So I'm in a huge fight with myself of whether I want to work on it or not. So that's why I've been doing, work on this, do an amigurumi. Work on the blanket, do an amigurumi. I keep going back to the amigurumi because that's the happy, that's the joyous, I'm doing it only for me and my own joy. No pressure. Yeah, but that's where the two sides of my brains are totally arguing. And I already know, because you're going to ask, why have you not mentioned that your hair is flaming red right now? Because I haven't mentioned that yet. I'm going to tell you a story of why my hair is red. And this ends the yarn portion of today's video. We're going to go now and talk about Jen's life. I'm Jen. Hi. Welcome. What's up? What's up? How you doing? My week pretty much started about 7 days ago in my world, which would have been last Friday. Last Friday, my husband is going out of town. He went to Colorado Springs, Colorado. And you may remember last summer, we went along with him on his road trips for work. And me and Lucas did. And we went to Huntsville, Alabama, and we went to Orlando, and we had a really grand trip. And Mr. Cinnamon didn't tell me till just like a week before he was going out of town that he was going out of town, which irritated me. Because he knew before then, but didn't tell me. And I kind of got peeved with him. I was like, why didn't you invite me to go with you? Like, you asked me last year. And so he's all, Jennifer. And I hate when he calls me Jennifer. I hate it. He's all, because the last time I took you to Colorado Springs, you said you would never, ever, ever come back to Colorado Springs because it almost killed you. And that is the truth. That is the absolute 100% truth. I almost died in Colorado Springs. I don't ever want to go back. It's scary. Now, Colorado Springs is at a very, very high altitude. And it's worse when you fly into Colorado Springs, but even driving into Colorado Springs, you're going at such a high altitude, at such a fast pace, your body does not have time to acclimate to the altitude, and actually it can make your blood boil, literally. Okay? You could die if you don't drink enough water to help offset what's happening inside your body from the altitude change. Okay? It's dangerous. Also, the air is thinner, which causes extra strain on your lungs and your heart. And I already have a jacked up heart. I have had a jacked up heart since I was very young. I've had heart problems since I was 11. So, absolutely will never go back to Colorado Springs again because I fear that I will die if I go. And I told him, I was like, I agree with you 100%, but you still should have asked me so that I could tell you no, because we're rewinding back, I am a difficult person. So, he drove because he does not fly. He refuses to fly. He's terrified of flying. We have flown twice, and in those 2 trips, we had to go on 4 different airplanes, and he was miserable the entire time. And Juju was about 2 at the time. It's the only time I've ever flown. I didn't mind flying. Flying is a little scary, but also kind of fun. And I wouldn't mind flying places because I'd be all over the place. But no, my husband does not fly. So he drove from Virginia, which is on the East Coast, to Colorado, which is 3/4 of the way across the country. And if you're not in America, you don't realize how far that is, okay? So, let me just tell you how many hours drive it is. How many hours is it to drive from Fredericksburg, Virginia to Colorado Springs, Colorado? 25 hours, not if you drive nonstop. 25 hours drive away. So he had to break that up into 2-day increments. So I think he stayed the first night in St. Louis, which is just past halfway, and then drove the rest of the way the next day. And then by the time you see this video, he will be home, which is why I'm telling you all this information, because it's not going to matter. He should be started driving on his way home any time now while I'm recording this video. But he's going to actually take 3 days to get home this time because he's got no business being behind the wheel that many hours. He does it. And I have been worried this whole time. And I told him, I was like, I got this sick feeling in my stomach that this is going to be the last time I see you. I don't want you to go on this trip. And he went anyway. And he's been fine so far. But like, I've had anxiety this whole time. Because A, it's Colorado Springs. B, he's not a good driver. He's not. He used to be fine, and he's getting worse the older he gets. He should probably have his license taken away from him. He's just... I hate driving with him. He makes me so nervous now. And just a lot of things. So it's been stressful. And also with him being away, like, I'm pretty much doing everything by myself, and I don't like that either. And on top of that, I'm driving my niece back and forth to work, and my van still is illegal because it failed inspections, and we ordered parts to get the rotors and brakes replaced because that's the only thing that made it fail inspection. And we were supposed to take it into a mechanic on Thursday, but the parts didn't come until Thursday night. And so Friday he was leaving, so I'm not dealing with a mechanic on my own because I'm a girl and I don't have to, and that's just my rules, okay? So, yeah. I've been driving my van illegally. Saturday comes around, and my niece has the stomach bug. Well, she works at a grody daycare, and kids are bacteria. So she's constantly, every time she comes home from college, brings something home. And the only time we get sick is when she's home from college. But, as I stated last week, that portion of our lives has passed because she will be moving into her first apartment, which is a shared college apartment. She's going to have 4 roommates. Or 3 roommates. And she doesn't have to come home for breaks anymore, and she will not be living in my house, hopefully, ever again. Because she's an adult, it's time for her to go spread her wings and fly to her own nest. Now, Saturday I'm going to say this, the girls, if you don't know, I raised 3 girls. My 2 nieces and my daughter. And then there's Little Man. And Little Man is the polar opposite of the girls in every way possible. Specifically, him and Juju. If Juju did it, Lucas is not going to do it. If Lucas does it, Juju never did it. Okay? So, polar opposite. Every single thing about them is the exact opposite. They both have blue eyes, but he decided he's going to have a way darker shade of blue than her. Hers are really light blue, his are dark blue. Like, everything. He's just like, I'm going to be 100% different than her. So, he has definitely tested me. My niece is very whiny when she's sick. She always has been. I will feel good. My stomach hurts all day. Juju, kind of same way. She's kind of whiny when she's sick. But for the most part, she just goes off and is sick, but she also will repeatedly tell me she doesn't feel good. Even though there's nothing I can do to help you. I made her soup. We'll get to that. So, my niece is sick Saturday. I'm like, all right, she literally just moped and laid on the couch and whined all Saturday. And stomach issues, okay? She decided she's going to throw up in all the bathrooms. Because I don't know why. She started off in the downstairs bathroom, then went upstairs to the other kid's bathroom. And I'm like, why are you using all of the bathrooms so that you're spreading your germs around? I don't understand that. Because she has no reason to go upstairs and use that bathroom. There's no reason for her to go upstairs. It doesn't make sense. You're sick. Staying upstairs, use the bathroom. It's right next to the couch. She went upstairs. I looked at you just like, why is she putting her germs in your guys' bathroom? I know. Sunday, I took my 2 kids out to go. Juju wanted to go shopping. I want to go run some errands. I'm like, well, my niece is sick. She just stay home, you know. Which caused her to be really irritated with me that I had the audacity to go have my family time with my kids. She emphasized that. So we got into an argument about that. Because every time she asks me to go somewhere, I go with her, my other daughter. So, like, there's so much jealousy happening in this household with her right now. I don't understand. And Juju and RJ walking on eggshells, RJ doesn't even want to come over because like it's such an issue with her that she's so over the top jealous about everything. Everything. I can't do anything right. I can't do anything right. And it's frustrating. So that's why I cannot wait till August 15th till she gets her own place. And I don't have to deal with the stress anymore because it's just one more stress on top of the shit pile that I'm already dealing with everything else in my life that's just been piled on my shoulders lately. And there's stuff I haven't even told you guys. Like there's so much weight on my shoulders right now. Just go. Can you move in early, please? I just can't deal with one more thing right now. Anyway, so I went out with them on Sunday. It was a really nice day. And then Monday, Tuesday, I worked from the time I got up till the time I went to bed, recording videos, recording the tutorial for the Glow Baby. Like a tutorial, it was a 2-hour long video, took me 10 hours to film and edit. Okay, so it was a very long day for me. And she wasn't making things any easier. And then after all that, I started to feel sick Tuesday morning. Actually, no, I started to feel sick Monday night. Tuesday, I just muscled through and I worked all day anyway. And then Tuesday night, I felt real bad. And Wednesday, I was sick. Juju, actually, it was Tuesday night in the middle of the night, me and Juju both got sick. And we were sick all night long. And then all Wednesday, we felt like crap. And we're just, like, I hung a blanket over the back door to block what Juju did. She hung a blanket over the back door to block the sun out. And I pulled the couch away from the wall and I reclined it all the way back. And I did not move off the couch all day. And I was working on this. And this is all I had the energy to finish. And he was almost done that whole day. I couldn't even lift my arms to crochet. I was so exhausted. But in between all that, I made homemade chicken soup with no noodles or rice because carbohydrates. And also gluten. But I use gluten-free noodles anyway, and gluten-free noodles are not good. And gluten-free chicken noodle soup is disgusting because the noodles are real rubbery and chewy. Ugh. So I actually ordered groceries to the house, which I never do. I ordered gluten-free crackers for me and Juju, gluten-free pretzels for me and Juju, because that's something we can eat that's not going to upset our stomach. I ordered the stuff for grilled cheese sandwiches, gluten-free bread, which is $10 a loaf. I made chicken soup, and I made gluten-free bread is like this big, so I made a grilled cheese this big. And I had half a mug of soup. I couldn't handle that. My stomach was hurting. So then Thursday, I'm like, all right, I'm feeling a little bit better. So Thursday, I started doing all the stuff I was supposed to do at the beginning of the week. Because remember I said last week, I'm going to clean the kitchen out and the bathroom, and I'm going to pack boxes, and I'm going to get rid of stuff. Oh, I did that Thursday, which was yesterday in my world. I cleaned and organized and packed pretty much from the time I ate breakfast at like 10 o'clock all the way through until I had to go pick up my niece. I cooked dinner, which when you're doing that deep of a clean like that, and you cook dinner and you just were real sick the day before, like, I don't know. It was insane. So, cue the red hair. I cleaned the kitchen. I threw out between the kitchen and the bathroom 5 garbage bags full of stuff. I have a big tote in there that's ready to go to storage, which is like cookbooks that I don't feel like bringing with me to the next house. And it's kitchen gadgets and stuff that I don't feel like bringing. The stuff that I threw out, I had on top of the shelving, on top of the cabinets in the kitchen, like a teapot and a milk pitcher, and weird random, like the 2 cupcake holders were up there, like the cupcake stands. One was gifted, one was bought on clearance. And they were covered in grease and dirt because they've been up there for 10 years. And do I climb on ladders or chairs to get them down and clean them regularly? No. So I will not ever be putting stuff on top of my cabinets like that again, because it got real gross. And I'm not cleaning them. So I threw them in a garbage bag because they're too grimy to donate. Threw them in a garbage bag. And there was a lot of stuff up there. Like, I had just cool stuff, but I'm like, garbage, garbage, garbage. I told Juju, I'm at the point right now where I feel like just throwing everything out. I'm trying to clean the slate. I don't want to move a bunch of stuff that I have to put back out for display. Because that stuff all gets dusty, and it's extra stuff I have to dust off and clean, and why? What is the point in any of it? It doesn't bring me joy anymore. So 5 garbage bags later, the kitchen and the bathroom were cleared out. Well, I'm sitting in the bathroom cleaning out underneath the bathroom sink. Well, here's the problem. My niece, every time she comes home, that's her bathroom. She throws so much crap under there, and she throws other people's crap under there. Like, if it's on the sink, she shoves it under there because she's taken over the downstairs bathroom, and she just shoves and shoves. And so I'm like, there was a lot of stuff under there. Stuff I didn't even know why or where it came from. Hair dye. The red hair dye is left over because Lucas, my son, last year wanted red hair. So I used some of my leftover bleach from when I was bleaching my hair, and I bleached his tips, and I gave him a little bit of red on top. There was almost a whole bottle left over. And it's not hair dye like boxed hair dye. It's colored pigment in conditioner, basically, is the type of hair dye we use. So it's just pigment and conditioner, and you can save the bottle. It's not going to explode. It's not going to burst. You can store it because it's not mixing chemicals together. There's nothing. It's literally like a conditioner with pigment in it, which is also not damaging to your hair. I mean, it stains it, but... So I pulled out the red, and I was like, where did this come from? Because the color swatch on the front looked kind of brown. I was like, what is this? And I opened it up, and it's red. And I was like... I looked at Juju, whose hair is red. I was like, do you want this? And she's all, no. And it's not enough for her hair. It was a small bottle. She's got a lot of hair. And it's real long. And it's really thick. And, Bubba. I was like, screw it. The tips of my hair are blonde. And I just, while I was cleaning, put color all in my hair. Asked Lucas to go get me a grocery store bag. I tied the grocery store bag around my head. Went back to cleaning. At which point, I have on this raggedy dress, which I've been sleeping in, no bra, a plastic bag on my head, and my house shoes are on my feet. I got 5 garbage bags, and the kitchen garbage is starting to stink. And I'm already in crazy clean mode. And if some of you have, like, where you get crazy around your menstrual cycle or hormone fluctuations, and you crazy clean, or you crazy clean because of stress. I was crazy cleaning because of stress yesterday. Real bad. I was trying to work the crazy out. I was trying to, like, make my demons tired, okay? I was crazy cleaning. Crazy cleaning, okay? Manic, full on, crazy cleaning. So, I looked at the clock. It's 3:30, and I'm like, how is it only 3:30? Is time going slow? And I looked at Juju. She's all, yeah. She's already had a day. She ain't done much. She's had a day, okay? Sitting on the couch was a day for her. Watching me clean was a day for her. Lucas was in it because to him, cleaning is fun and an adventure because he gets to find things that he didn't know existed in the house. So he very frequently will go and just dig through a drawer to see if he can find something he can have. I used to do the same thing, okay? I did. He would get into stuff. He would drive me crazy. And of course, I killed my whole battery. I'll be right back. So he's in it crazy cleaning with me, right? Get me garbage bags, holding the garbage bags open while I dump stuff in there. Wait, Mom, wait, there's a quarter on the floor. We found a quarter under the bathroom sink. Don't know where it came from, but he has it now. It's his quarter. He was determining whether I should throw certain things out or keep certain things, and like he just was in it, okay? So I was like, all right, kids, come on. We're going to go run to the dump real quick because the garbage in the kitchen stinks. Because the other bags are stuff from like the kitchen and the bathroom. They can sit on the floor for a little bit till I get to the dump. Now I'm going to tell you this. I have never by myself went up to the dump. The convenience center, if you will. If you don't know what that is, it's drive-up dumpsters that are under the ground. So you drive up and you throw things over the railing into the dumpster. And then they take the dumpster off to the processing facility and then your garbage is gone. They either split it for recycling or I don't know what they do to process garbage here. I don't know if they bury it, burn it, or what. I load up the truck, plastic bag on my head, no bra on, and my boobs are like hanging to my knees. I got my house shoes on. I am blasting Fall Out Boy in the car because that has helped me to crazy clean. My kids, Juju's in her pajamas, Lucas is in his pajamas because we're just cleaning, so it doesn't matter. We get out of the car, and I told Juju, I was like, I look like a meth addict. I look like a meth addict. I got a plastic bag on my head. I got house shoes on. I'm raggedy as all get out. Can you imagine if I would have ran into one of you guys looking like that in public? I would have been humiliated. I did not care. I was crazy cleaning, okay? We dumped the bags into the dumpster. Juju actually wants to go out today, and she told me yesterday, she's like, can we go out tomorrow? I need to go here, there, and the other, because yesterday was RJ's birthday in your world, so it still hasn't happened yet here. She wants to get him a couple things for his birthday. I was like, yeah, I'll go out with you. She's all, are you going to be okay to go out tomorrow? Because she knows that I'm crazy cleaning. She's all, you're going to be real tired tomorrow. I said, I'm probably going to hurt all over tomorrow, but we're just going to go, and we're going to deal with it. So when I say that it's been a week, it's been a week. On top of all the stuff that I'm not actually talking about, that is just so personal, that is just going on. It's just, you know, when the stress is so bad that if you don't get up and clean and do things to keep your mind busy, you're going to absolutely lose it. That's yesterday. If I didn't get up and crazy clean the whole house, I was going to go in the bathroom and cry and shut myself in there for probably the whole day. And Lord knows what else, how else that would have went, but it was a crazy clean day. So she's biting the glass. I don't know if I can zoom in on her and stay on her. Oh, she's gone. Juju, she was biting the glass. She can't get to grab it. She was like, arr, arr, arr. And what's funny is she has a real huge underbite, so that bottom jaw sticks out a lot. Hilarious. She was so much. She's like, har, har. She's trying to get in here so bad she can't stand it. So yeah, that's been my week thus far. It's been wild, and that's where the red comes from. But now it's story time, because I got asked this yet again this week, and I have been asked a bunch of times, where did the name Cinnamon Stitches come from? I don't know why people are so curious about that. I have told this story here on the channel a couple of times. This is why I'm called Cinnamon Stitches. When I first started the channel, before I ever put my face on camera, when I first started crocheting, my hair was this color all the way, root to tip. Just this flaming red. And I loved it. And I felt very just sexy with the red, right? I stopped doing the red because my daughter decided to do red, and I did not want to match her, because I don't want to be that mom that looks like she's trying to be young by matching her daughter's red hair. So I stopped doing the red because of that. And then I started doing pink and purple, and then my niece decides she's going to do purple, and I'm like, I don't want to match her. Like, but she likes purple because purple is the colors of her alma mater, okay? Hi, Bubs. Come here. Up. Come here. Come here. You want a snack? Are you hungry? Come here. He's like, no, I don't want to be on camera. Come here. Up. Up. Come here. He's a good boy. Anyway, when I found the red, I'm like, we're gonna go back to red. Anyway, so cinnamon stitches. When my hair was red, I loved it. I felt very sexy. Mr. Cinnamon loved it. And so we were standing in the kitchen one day, and I started joking that my stripper name is Cinnamon. And so my niece, not the one that lives with me now, is laughing at me. She actually was appalled by the fact that I said that my stripper name was Cinnamon. And so she's all, Aunt Jenny. And I said, it's Aunt Cinnamon. She was so like, what? What? Shake? Do you need to go out? Do you want out? We're working. Look. Go to bed. It's work time. Go to work. He's all, no, I want out because Ponyo was out there. That drawer open. Poking me in my leg. So that's where the cinnamon came from. Stitches came from, I mean, it's obvious where the stitches came from, but also it was inspiration from Jada N Stitches, because I like Jada N Stitches was the reason I started crocheting. And, you know, cinnamon stitches, Jada N Stitches, it just made sense. Also, Lilo N Stitch is like one of my favorite movies in the whole world, and I have Stitch all everywhere. Stitches. So it's like got a lot of meanings, but the cinnamon is my stripper name. That's where that came from. Now you know where the name Cinnamon Stitches came from. So there's all of that in a nutshell. Literal. In the nutshell, in the nut house. Because I think that's where I belong. It's been a week. But yeah. I had a couple people last week tell me that I probably shouldn't be sharing the stories that I share online because they don't want to hear it and they're not going to watch and they're going to tune off. And I got really defensive over that. And I think part of the reason I got so overly defensive is sharing your story is important. And if you don't like to hear somebody else's story, and I also went through this with my niece this week, and I'll try to remember to tell you that story too, but sharing your story is important, and I'm going to tell you why. We all need someone to hear us, to affirm that what we're feeling is okay, to tell us that things are going to be okay. We all need that, and it's important. It's important for mental health to have people that got your back. And sharing your story is also vitally important because there's somebody else who's going through something just very similar to you, and they're struggling. And if they hear your story, maybe it'll give them hope, and maybe that'll give them a little taste of that I'm going to be okay. That if they can do it, I can do it. And I've taken inspiration from several people in that regards. And I know that I've done that for several of you. And the comment that I shouldn't be sharing and that there's two sides to every story and this ain't something for the internet is bull. And if it makes you uncomfortable, you can turn the video off without leaving a comment. But somebody somewhere is going through torture with their neighbors. And the neighbors are batshit crazy. And I'm trying to keep the peace. I stay in my own house. My kid can't go out in the front yard and play anymore because every time he does, he gets attacked by them little brats across the street. And the adults. I can handle my own business. It ain't me that's an issue. It's my child is not safe in this household, which is why I shared the stories of what was going on. My dog has also, the other next door neighbor, my dog has actually physically been injured by the little kid. So yeah, I'm sharing because You see 8,000 videos on TikTok about the neighbors are warring with each other and it's back and forth, and both of them are just, for the most part, I stay in my house and I mind my own business. I don't go on my back deck and enjoy the sunshine. I don't crochet out there anymore. I don't take my spinning wheel out there anymore because I don't want to have to deal with that. Why should I be a prisoner at my own house? I can't sit on my front porch and enjoy the sunset anymore because the people across the street, the sun comes out and literally stares at me. Just stares. Do you have any idea how uncomfortable that is? Or the kids come out and scream at me and scream at Lucas. Last Halloween, there was a giant Jack Skellington in my front yard and I turned him off because it was driving me crazy. The kid screamed at me, who was in my own front yard, for 30 minutes, screaming, "Turn Jack back on! Turn Jack back on! Turn Jack!" 30 freaking minutes in my own front yard. So when you say to me, there's two sides to every story, that is going to offset something very, that is not okay to do to somebody when they're sharing their story with you, to accuse them that there's two sides to every story and I'm creating falsities, because I have hundreds and hundreds of hours of video footage to prove otherwise. I got cameras surrounding my house. So yeah, that pissed me off, to be honest. Because honestly, I'm real tired of people. They want to take and take and take, but don't want to give nothing back. And I give a lot to this channel. And for me to open up and tell my story like that and to be met with just ignorance is not okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. I deserve a double-sided friendship with this. You don't have to agree with me, but just like, if you don't want to listen, just turn the video off and go do something else. I don't need it. There's enough on my head already, stuff you guys don't even know about. So please, please, just think before you post, okay? Ow. I know, that kind of ended on a sour note. It kind of ended on a sour note. I'm just stressed. I'm stressed, okay? So with that, let's try to end this on a positive note. I'm drinking Dr. Pepper because I'm trying to uptake my caffeine, because caffeine does actually soothe my brain a little bit. My heart don't necessarily like it, but it kind of is what it is. And with that, Mr. Cinnamon should be home Sunday night, which is before this video airs. I did put up a Saturday and a Sunday video. I also have this bag that I have yet to open, which is going to be, I think this can be opened on Wednesday. And if you haven't guessed already, this is a crochet along for a Halloween blanket from Serdar that I purchased the kit from Michigan Fine Yarns. I'm going to show you that and share all the information on Wednesday, because that's, I think Wednesday's the day that it starts, which is 100 days to Halloween. Woo woo. Don't get me wrong, I love Christmas. I really love Christmas. But Halloween is like a fun holiday that is just fun and not the pressure that Christmas can sometimes bring. Because to a lot of people, Christmas is a financial burden. There's a lot of stress for Christmas and the holiday, because maybe you have family that you don't get along with, you have to go visit, you feel obligated to go see, or there's extra pressures because you got to buy so-and-so a gift and so-and-so a gift. And we kind of bastardize Christmas a lot, and you know this, okay? We've turned Christmas into something that's not just about what it was originated for. And don't get me wrong, I love Christmas. I am slightly Christmas crazy. As a matter of fact, I have a 6-foot-tall, dark-complected, dare I say, Black Santa that I cannot wait to open up for Christmas this year, because I got him on clearance and he is 6 foot tall and he's gorgeous, glorious, giant, dark-complected Santa Claus. And I got him for 75% off, and he is in storage waiting to be opened for Christmas. And when I tell you that I cannot wait to open him and display him for Christmas, I'm gonna have everybody confused. Because I already know people are gonna judge me for that. I don't care. He's gonna be on my porch. It's gonna be glorious. I wish, well, I'm not gonna say, but I can't wait to open him up, and I cannot wait to display him on my front porch. He's, like I said, he's beautiful, and so he is a new Christmas decoration I'm looking forward to. But also, I hate the theory or the idea of Christmas in July. I have never liked it, because Christmas in the United States is not, well, I mean, in the southern states, it's hot for Christmas. I was in California one year for Christmas, and it was 80 some degrees outside, and I looked at Grandma, I was like, is this typical for Christmas? It's like, it's 80 degrees. I'm miserable. Like, it should be cold. I need to wear a Christmas sweater. And she saw it's not generally this hot for Christmas. This is unusual. It's usually like 65, because she was by the ocean. She was by the ocean. And I have been to Florida around Christmas, so I realized that not all of America is like this. But I grew up in Michigan, which is almost Canada. Okay? Like, there's parts of Canada that are further south than where I grew up at. There's not a lot of Canada that's further south, but like Windsor, definitely south of where I lived. I grew up with snow, and I grew up with cold Christmases, and I grew up with, you know, and here, oh, I love Christmas here because it's not snowed once on Christmas, which is kind of sad because I do like a white Christmas, but it's got, sometimes it's like 40, 50 degrees for Christmas, which is perfect weather for Christmas, because I don't mind 40 and 50 degrees. I can go outside without a coat on for that, because I have, first of all, I'm insulated. You know, I got a lot of extra fat for insulation, but also I have Michigan blood, which is, I can handle cold. Well, not anymore, I can't. I'm gonna be honest. I went to Michigan in the winter, and I was freezing my butt off, and I hated every second of it. Like, actually, I think it was April, and it was snowing, and I was like, I hate it here. It's bad. I don't like this. But here, we have a nice mild Christmas, but still, it's not like Australia's the summertime for Christmas, right? Where was I going with this? I have no idea where I was going with this at all. Why did I go on this track? I don't know where that came from. I don't know where I was going. Anyway. Halloween. Oh, Christmas is not supposed to be in the summertime for me. Like, I hate watching Christmas in July movies. We were playing Fortnite, and they got the Christmas themes up with Mariah Carey and Snoop Dogg and Christmas gear. I'm like, I don't like this. I don't want to see Christmas right now. Halloween, yes. I'm all for the summerween. The summerween stuff, I am here for this, okay? It's 100 days to Halloween. We can count down to Halloween. We can do the Halloween crochet along, which I'm super, super excited about. This blanket is fantastic. I hope it's not difficult. But I'm absolutely going to work on this for the next 100 days and try to get it done by Christmas. In between all the other things that I'm juggling. I need a third or fourth arm. But yeah, I'm super excited about that. That'll be a Wednesday video, because that's, I think that's the day that I wrote it down. That's the day that they're going to be doing that. I also have an order from Maxim Yarns coming that I ordered. And then there's something else I can't talk about just yet. But yeah, we got good things on the horizon. Good things are being planned. And I'm excited. I'm super excited. And I cannot wait to share that pattern testing I'm working on with you. As soon as I finish it and I get the okay from her that she's releasing it, I will be the first person to show you and model it for you, because, oh, you saw that beautiful pink thing I showed you. It's so pretty. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go work on that right now. After I record my members video, of course, because I do need to do that. And with that, I am going to let you guys go. And I love you guys for supporting me. Thank you so much for hearing me with an open heart and not being judgmental of me. And thank you for all the support. So much support recently. And just thank you for bearing with me as we go through all of these changes in life and me blossoming into the beautiful butterfly that I'm meant to be while I'm trying to adjust to everything. And with that, I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.